A man was arrested for doing the egregious deed of walking near a construction site on the street. Let's take a look.
Ooh, damn!
Come over here.
For what?
You're walking down the middle
I'm
of
on
the
the
street.
damn white line!
You're being instructed
No,
to
I'm
come over.
not! You can't just put your hands on me like this!
Do not do that. Do not do that.
Put your hand off.
Put your hands over here.
What? Damn!
Now you're in the squad car.
You gonna take me to jail for that shit?
Didn't say I'm taking you to jail.
Okay, so can you put your hand off me?
Maybe you could just help show him where a good place to walk is.
Not on the roadway.
I know, I'm saying maybe you
Take
could
your
just
hand off it.
suggest that he go to it up the other side and help him.
Please step back.
Maybe you could just help him know where the right place to walk is.
Ma'am, could you please step back?
Can you take your fucking hand off me?
Dude, okay.
Dude, my hands off.
Dude,
He
we
ain't
don't.
going
Fuck
nowhere.
on, man!
He ain't
I'm
going
not
nowhere.
doing shit!
He ain't going
The
nowhere.
fuck on, man!
He ain't going
Damn!
nowhere. He ain't going
Cramming
nowhere,
on me
sir.
like that.
He ain't going nowhere.
Now,
sir.
you told me to calm down, I calm down.
He ain't going
All
nowhere.
right.
Not yet complied with any request.
That's bullshit, I don't have to. I remain silent, man. Fuck you, that's bullshit.
Turn around, you're under arrest.
For what?
My partner told me you're under arrest. Turn around.
No, he never said that.
Sir,
He never said that. He said he was not.
Under arrest. He's lying.
You could have just shown him where to walk really kindly. You are the one that incited this.
I did say arrested off the top. There was a little bit of confusion about that, even in the video itself. And the police are responding to this along with different news outlets, including CBS, saying Edina police say the incident started several minutes prior to the recording when an officer saw Thomas walking in a lane of traffic, though there was a sidewalk on the east side and a sidewalk under construction and a paved shoulder on the west side of the street. According to the officer, I observed Thomas's actions were obstructed southbound vehicular traffic as vehicles slowed to a walking pace while stacking up behind Thomas. The bystander says people die in these situations. It's scary. I think that's the woman who was talking on behalf of the man on the video. A little back and forth on this.
Yeah, there's a little back and forth. I understand. What I don't understand, what I'm going to say is that the instinctual response is going to be, oh, all he had to do was cooperate and things would have just went as planned, right? And more often than not, the people that are saying that are white people. That's the first thing you have to say, because that's just a situation that in their mind, that's what validates this officer's response. Oh, if he just cooperated, things will be fine. Or you mean the way that Terence Crutcher cooperated, or you mean the way that things are supposed to go, but they end up just going on to a situation that ends up becoming a tragedy? It's hard to try and sit here and make some sort of argument that the victim in this situation should have acted a different way, because I can't make an argument in trying to condemn him from getting upset and frustrated, because I've never experienced that, and I don't experience anything like that. I try to reiterate this as much as I can whenever I'm on the main show, because far too many people will look to try and justify the police officer's actions when this man, how many times has he encountered something like this? How many times has he encountered something like this? Walking, running, doing everyday activities that we take for granted.
Well,
but
I
he's
think
doing something like that.
They're going
and
back
it's
and
been,
forth in this, like, oh, well, he was on the wrong side of the road. He was obstructing
was
traffic.
construction.
Cuffing a man, it's far more egregious of an action than just walking on the wrong side of the road than what was actually happening. I think it said Larnie Thomas was the officer earlier in a quote, but Larnie Thomas is the name of the man in question who was cuffed.
Well, I have to say, as someone who has been hassled for driving while black, now they've added walking while black. Look, this is a situation, and the woman who was holding the camera phone had it right. This could have easily been handled, even if he was blocking traffic, okay? And first of all, you saw where the truck was that he had to walk around, like when the cop was grabbing him and walking him, they had to go in the street. So if you're in a police car and some guy's walking slow, you pull up behind him and you have that speaker and you say, hey, you're blocking traffic, move over. It's, you know, you say something to him and
That's it.
people are gonna move. You know, but when the cop stops the car, now his car is blocking traffic, okay? So now, and then you just grab a person. You, like the woman said, the cop did everything to escalate this, everything possible. Now, this man, you know, and I don't know his history. He may have been having a bad day. He may be hassled by the cops on a regular basis. Look, I'm telling you, as a black man walking around, I'm not saying all police are bad, but you get tired of the hassle. You get tired of like, I gotta, again, something, now I'm walking around a truck that's blocking the sidewalk and you're hassling me for this, you know. You get frustrated. Then the guy grabs you and he's holding you and you're like, why are you touching me? Talk to me. You don't have to grab me, which made him more and more angry. Then the second cop comes up and just, without saying anything, just gets out of the car. You're under arrest.
He lied.
You know, no, the second cop, when the second cop pulled up.
He said, my partner told me you're under arrest. He never said that.
This whole thing, this is why, you know, you wonder why minorities, black people, Latino, et cetera, are mad at the police. This is an example of why. I promise you, they wouldn't have done this to a white guy.
Of course not.
They just, you know, and of course people are going to say, oh, yes, they would. Like you said, he didn't comply, blah, blah, blah. If this had been a white guy walking down and he walked around a truck and blocked the street for 20 seconds, cars had to wait for him to get around, that would have just been called Tuesday.
Yeah.
I've done that before and no one cared. No one said a damn thing.
So it's unfortunate, you know, and there's going to be all this outrage and talk, but nothing's going to change. That cop isn't going to, there isn't going to be any repercussion, any discipline, any explanation. And, you know, the woman, the sad thing is the woman who was holding the camera, she was the voice of common sense, the voice of reason. She said, hey, you're scaring him. And it is true, if you scare somebody, that's how they react. If you're grabbing them and moving around, you're scaring him. So, you know, and people talk about the police. The police are supposed to be the trained one. The police is supposed to be the one that knows how to de-escalate a situation. That's part of his training. If you're dealing with someone on the street, like say you don't know what they may be mad, they may have had a bad day, whatever, or they may have just been upset with you. The cop's supposed to be the one to say, hey man, look, we don't have a problem here, just move out the street so cars can go by. That's all you had to say.
It could have been so easy, and it was incited and escalated every step of the way. You had a good point when you said he's grabbing him. He should just talk to him like a person. It won't be that hard. It would be so much less effort than all of this that happened, and it's completely unnecessary. CBS reported that according to the city's mayor, Jim Holland, Thomas was not taken to jail and was instead driven to a local shopping mall at his request and released. A citation was issued to him for disturbing the peace, and disorderly conduct will be dismissed. Hovland said the officer involved was following established protocol, but the city will review the procedure and determine, quote, determine how to better approach this type of incident with greater sensitivity in the future. You could do literally anything else, and that would be with greater sensitivity.
I'm sorry to laugh, but when you say following established protocol, does that mean established protocol is hassle black people? Is that what it says in the book?
I mean, it's here, sir. It's right here in the code. Just following it. I don't make the rules.
You know who makes independent media possible? You guys. Because of you, we can actually do this show free of any outside influence. That's what makes us so strong. Become a member today. tytnetwork.com/join. You are the media.